What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Red Music Sound Lab. You're back on the red seat with me, your host, Daniel Red. And the holidays are upon us in the year 2022. And second to Christmas, the next best American holiday here in the United States is Black Friday. Oh, gotcha. Well, the holidays are upon us. Thanksgiving is, as I record this video, we're about a week away from Thanksgiving, and a big American tradition, although I feel like it's been dwindling down. How many of you think the same thing? But a big American tradition here is the day after Thanksgiving. We have Black Friday and all the sales go out. And here for us in the audio community, it is no different, right? And so I know a lot of us are already eager to see what plugins we're going to shop for and stuff like that. And so I wanted to make this video for all of you and just share my train of thought and my mindset when I go in and look for what plugins to buy. I will say this: if there's one regret I do have, I spent too much money on plugins. I remember when I first started learning about audio and recording and stuff like that, I put way too much emphasis on plugins and the other emphasis on cheap microphones. And I still have quite a few of those cheap microphones, and I'm going to try and review all of them because, you know what, if I still have them before I sell them, I might as well, you know what I mean? But yeah, the plugins, the emphasis on plugins, man, that has hurt me a lot. However, I don't want to say I'm still addicted, but it still happens. You see a plugin from, your favorite YouTubers or your favorite mix engineers or mix engineer YouTubers, whatever. You just see it out there in the media, and you kind of elevate to it, and you're like, I want it too. You know what I mean? So I wanted to share a little mindset so that hopefully when you shop for plugins this season, maybe you can have that in the back of your head and be like, hey, you know what, man? Daniel Red said this about this. Is this really worth it? So without further ado, I'm going to shrink my screen and I'm going to put up a screenshot for this video, all right? So not too long ago, this is how it all started. Not too long ago. Now, I know I'm talking about Black Friday, and this particular sale happened for Halloween 2022. But it still plays into the same thing because I wouldn't be surprised if this same company makes some very similar deal. But obviously, other companies are going to be doing the same thing. So, all right, Halloween 2022, this is how it all started. I get an email from McDSP, all right? This email says, hey, it's time to upgrade to version 7. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, damn, that's pretty interesting. What do you have for version 7? I want to see. All right. Now, one of the coolest things that I think plugins have been doing in the last, I want to say 2 years? I want to say the last 2, maybe even 3 years, but definitely in the last year and a half, plugins have been, or plugin manufacturers have been updating their plugins. And now you have a lot of resizable plugin GUIs or plugin windows, right? And man, as you can see, I work on an iMac, and I'm about, roughly 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from my iMac. And when you got such a tiny plugin and you're squinting, and my vision's still good, guys. I'm a little older, but my vision is still pretty damn good. All right, if I say so myself. Man, but when you're squinting to see those controllers and everything, this is a welcome feature nowadays, with most of plugins pretty much doing it, where they have a resizable GUI or resizable window, right? And so McDSP, the first thing I checked, because to be quite honest, I am not going to be updating any plugins if at the very least you don't have resizable GUIs. It's already a thing. It's been happening for, like I said, the last 2, maybe 3 years, but the last year and a half, like pretty much most of the major manufacturers have been doing it already. So if you're not going to be doing it at this point, then you know what? I'll catch you on the next stop, because really, guys, come on. So anyway, one of the first things I look for, resizable GUI. Oh, there it is. So version 7 had a resizable GUI. And then a few of the plugins that more precisely or more accurately, the FUTS box. I wanted to see if anything had been redone with that, because that's a pretty cool, unique plugin. And sure enough, McDSP pretty much not only had a resizable GUI, but they kind of remade the whole thing, and I don't want to say necessarily added new features, but reimagine the features that were already there. So I said, all right, cool. Let me take a look at this. So on top of that, I also have a few more McDSP plugins. Let me show them to you on this screenshot. All right. This is a copy of my iLock account. All right. We're going to concentrate only on the McDSP. We're going to only concentrate on the McDSP section. Okay. So as you can see, I have the EC300 native, and the differences between native and HD. And McDSP is basically the HD. You can use it on the Pro Tools. The DSP drivers and stuff like that. You can basically offload those plugins onto your Pro Tools Carbon and Pro Tools hardware. There we go. How about that? So I don't have that. And actually, I left Pro Tools a few years ago, and not too long ago, I completely left Pro Tools. One, the application won't open in my new computer. But two, I just gave up on it. I don't care for it. Bye-bye. So I don't need McDSP HD. So I have the EC300. Those are the delays. The AE600 active EQ. That's going to be your, I know it says, well, yeah, I guess so. It's going to be your, oh man, I forgot. MultiBand EQ. Okay. MultiBand EQ. The classic pack. The classic pack has I think the compressor, the EQs, and the analog drive type of stuff. Okay. If you look below, the filter bank that got condensed into the classic pack. The AE400, that's the 4-band version of the AE600. So another multi-band EQ. I don't feel like the AE600. I mean, I haven't used it too much, but I feel like the AE EQs are more multi-band compressor rather than multi-band EQ. I digress. If you have a difference in opinion, comment. I'll definitely check my work as well, and I'll let you know if it is a multi-band compressor EQ. The biggest difference between multi-band compressors and EQs, multi-band EQs don't have the crossover frequencies, right? So multi-band compressor says, hey, from this frequency to this frequency, I'm going to compress, right? Now, it's not like, it's a square and then it just does this, right? No, there's a crossover right there, okay? So, it's not like right at 200 hertz, that's right. No, it's like a little crossover, like a 6 dB or a 12 dB crossover. So, and the multi-band EQs don't have that. They're just like, hey, at 200, I'm just gonna be compressing and doing my thing, right? But again, we'll check my work. So I said, all right, cool. I have all these. I have these plugins from McDSP that I need to update. So let's check. So we move on. So I put all the plugins that I needed to upgrade, and at first glance looks pretty cool, right? Plugins are $29. How cheaper can you get? But then the bundle, that one got me a little bit. That was $89. All together, $205. Whoa, that's not cool, right? Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. So I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe perhaps I don't need all of these plugins, right? All right. And I think the first thing I went with was like, I don't really need the AE 600 and the AE 400 because, I have Fat Filter Pro Q3, and I have Fat Filter Pro MultiBand. So it's like, do I need AEs? I was like, all right, cool. Let me save myself $60. And so, let me see. Did I end up doing that? Well, you know what? At first, I just took the AE 400. So I'm going to share another screenshot with you. At first, I was like, let me just take the AE 400 because the AE 600 has 6 bands and the 400 has 4 bands. So I could definitely do the job of the 400 and the 600. That's still 176. I was like, man, that's still steep. So then I took all of them off and just the 3 basic essential ones, and I was still at 147. Basically 150. Now I was like, man, that still hurts, So then let me share another slide with you. I saw that McDSP has joined the game with everybody else, and it has a subscription plan. And here is where the hard choices started happening. Let's go back to just the last screenshot. 3 plugins, 147. The entire subscription McDSP plugin library for 150. Now, there's a caveat. Obviously, it's for 1 year. So I'll use it for 1 year. And then after that, I'm back to my version 6 plugins, right? So, okay, damn. Now, at the time, McDSP was having a sale. It was a Halloween sale, spooky, and they had a code, and it was spooky 50 off. So basically, 50% off, but only. And here's the other caveat: only for the subscription plan. All right. Well, let me give it a try. What am I gonna get? So I typed in the code, and voila, $75. $75, you guys. That's what I ended up paying, right? Or that was gonna be my total. So then I'm like, wait a minute, $150 for only 3 other plugins, right? Or 1 bundle and 2 plugins, or $75 for the entire thing. All right. Now here is where your mindset and your train of thought comes into play. Okay. The number 1 rule in business: most of the time, the house always wins. All right. When you go somewhere and you intend to shop, they're gonna make money. All right. They're gonna make your money. They're gonna take your money. Okay. So you have to decide whether or not it's worthwhile releasing your money to this business, right? Now, I really do like that 1 bundle and 2 plugins, and I really wanted it. But for 150, I don't know. You know what I mean? Even if I would have taken the bundle away and just get the other ones for $60, I mean, that's only $15 off, from having the entire library. Now, personally, I've been wanting to try McDSP for a while. I never felt it worthwhile to buy their entire library, So I was like, when I saw that was $75 for the entire library, I said, this is very tempting, right? Now, what are the ways the house is going to win? Okay. $75, that's a huge savings, right? The only problem, it's for a year. So if I decide that today I want for 75, and then I try into plugin bundles, and I only end up liking maybe 1 or 2 extra plugins, right? I'm gonna have to go back and pay for the upgrade to version 7 and possibly pay more, right? The house wins. What if I just walk away from the entire thing? Well, the house wins because they already took my money on my old plugins. They're telling me, hey, pay more if you want the new shiny upgraded plugin that you want because your eyes want to be more relaxed, right? So, you know, if I walk away, they still win. They already have my money, right? The question is whether I want, how much extra I want to give them, you know? And so I've been wanting to try McDSP plugins, but I never felt it worthwhile buying into them. But for $75 and I'm going to try an entire library. Yeah. Okay. That's what you have to decide. Is this going to be worth my time and worth my money? And why I say time is because most of us work for a living, right? And so that's your time spent at work, making money, right? And how are you going to release that money? You're going to release it in another set of plugins. Okay. So that's one. Two, let's say your work is in audio. Okay. Is this package going to bring worth to your work, to your audio productions? Okay. That's very hard to measure because, I mean, we have so many plugins. Like, you know, if I pay $29 for this plugin, is this plugin going to actually take over that one? You know, it's one of those things where it's just so hard to put an actual value on one single plugin over the other one. You know what I mean? So, you know, when I just looked at everything, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. The other reason too is, you know what, for $75, and if I could feature these plugins in my channel and attract more viewers to my channel while I'm, you know, reviewing these plugins, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? So I made it, I kind of made it in a future investment type of thing, right? And that's why I went for it. You know, again, some of you don't have YouTube channels, or, you know, you do things on your own. So maybe the investment is not going to be on the YouTube channel. It's just going to be a self-investment. Like, am I going to invest on this so I can keep working in audio production or not? You know, so, and that's why I have this channel, because I want to be part of that group of people that, you know, will review, will go through the plugin, and we'll see if it's worthwhile or not, you know, so you can make the most informed decision, you know. So the other way that the house makes money, well, pay $75 this year. What about next year? You know, am I going to pay the plugins that I want, or am I going to pay the entire $150? That's up in the air. Or are they going to have another cool sale where I pay somewhere around this price? If I pay somewhere around this price, they definitely got my business. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what it all comes up down to is this: you and me, we give value to whatever we buy into. Okay. Like I said, in the past, McDSP didn't have much value to me, right? I just didn't find it worthwhile. Now, when I'm paying this, it's worthwhile, right? I gave it the value. Yeah, McDSP is setting the price, but I'm the one that's ultimately going to make the choice of, am I going to pay this price or not, right? That is your choice, okay? The power is in you, okay? Are you going to give it that value? Are you going to say, yeah, I'll buy into this, or I'll pass, okay? So as we go into, you know, the holiday shopping season, and all these plugin companies are just bombarding us with emails of like, oh, new plugin, you know, think about it. Okay. Do I need this? Do I want this? What kind of value am I going to give it? And what kind of value is it going to return in my music, in my production? Okay. And is this what I am willing to pay? Okay. Because like I said, you know, $150, oof, I did not want to pay that, right? $150 for a subscription. Okay, they're the same thing, but I'm like, I still don't want to. $75? You got my business, my man. So that's what I'm trying to get to. You're the one, at the end of the day, we are the ones that give the value to the company, and we are the ones that buy into that value or not. Okay, so have fun. For my viewers here in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. If you're not going to be buying plugins or anything like that, or if you're past all of this, at the very least, let's take this, upcoming holiday to be thankful for what we do have, right? I know it's hard for sometimes when we struggle to get stuff and have stuff to think like, man, I wish I had more, or, I wish it'd be cheaper, especially right now. I think worldwide now, actually, we're going through a huge recession and, inflation and all of that stuff. But at the very least, let's take this day to be thankful for what we have. All right. So let's be thankful. Let's take that day to at least be thankful and show gratitude for what we do have. All right. And with that said, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. And I will see you in the next video.